Hey there, beautiful souls, how are we doing? This is a random one, and I have to question myself why I'm feeling inclination to record this. So, currently not feeling very well and a bit of a fever, just feeling like you're swimming in the old eyeballs, which is delightful. And I've just had this constant, guidance to share a video in terms of my self care to help support myself through this with what I know about the miracle and the beautiful bodies that we all have. So, medical disclaimer, this isn't medical, this isn't advice. And if those are anyone with immune suppression, just, don't listen to me, okay? That's really important. So, you do what feels right for you, always. And my work is always about getting to listen to your body to understand the wisdom that it is. So if it's all quite new to you, this may feel quite fearful and challenging. So fever, slight bladder, kind of kidney kind of thing going on. So that's kind of highlighting to me there's some fear going on in the body, deep in the unconscious. And I'd imagine my body is connecting into the collective of fear that is going on right now as the media spins its fear. And our nervous systems are going through like a huge upgrade right now, like humongous. It's literally calling us to see where we live in survival, which is as everything fear is growing up, so is all our survival patterns. But the pattern breaker is knowing that this is happening for you, not to you, rather than dropping into the fear cycle that is naturally there in your body. And so by taking moments of breath and self-care is really a good way of breaking that pattern, ultimately, and to be able to listen to yourself. So as you can see, I'm on a Shakti mat right here, and with my lovely headband as well. And for me, the Shakti mat it just works the somatics. It works your neural system. It works the pressure points on your back or wherever you lie on, whatever you can tolerate with the thing. And for me, it really helps my central nervous system, especially when I get like an obstacle, like back of the head, like pain and cramping, lower back issues and stuff like that. So I just end up lying on these, having a nice bath, and I seem to be much better. It also stimulates the liver for me, so it really helps the whole detoxing process. And as it's working the bladder meridian, that's all the way down the back, that will be helping the body to detox ultimately. Okay, because when you're in a fever, don't panic. Okay, this is your natural body's reaction to burn out the culprit. It's to get rid of it. It's like the forest fire. Okay, it's about getting rid of anything that's there. Um, and then being able to let the regrowth happen, okay, to come back. The key is actually monitoring your temperature. If it spikes up and down, that's just your body regulating itself. But if it starts to stay really high and constantly high, increasing, and doesn't look like it's breaking, then this could be bacterial, so, or sepsis. So you have to really don't ignore it. But I do like to I don't like to take any drugs to help. I take magnesium spray, which I've got the Better You spray on that on my feet, the back of my head, the back of my sacrum, and into the navel, which is really good because your magnesium you need for your cerebral spinal fluid. So it's really key for that. You can see I'm quite hot, my body's moving through. And so that's really important. And then for me, the self-care that I've done is I've just had a bath. I kept myself really nice and warm. Often don't do the shock cold water nonsense. That's just going to put your body into greater shock, and then it will spike even higher the temperature to try and bring your temperature back up in your body. Especially kidneys, they don't like cold, they want warmth, they want nurturing. Okay, so keep yourself warm, but also keep air flowing, keep the cool air flowing. So have your windows open, make sure that you've got light sheets as well, so you can just allow yourself to keep cool, especially if you've got your little tootsies outside of the covers. That will just help cool them down, unless of course you've got really cold feet because your circulation isn't happening. then I tend to put socks on for that, just to help the body flow. Because what you want is to encourage the blood flow. You want your circulation, you want everything starting to work in sync to help basically clear out, fight the toxins, and then get rid of the toxins. It's when the toxins hang around that then could possibly shift into bacterial and causes more problems. So I've been doing that. And what's really good is also putting some warmth on your heart area, maybe like rosemary or rose. That's really good with castor oil, because that's photon light repair. So just go gentle with that. Take, again, precaution, making sure you're looking at your temperature and things. And the rosemary is really good for your blood. Your rose is really good for your heart. So it's all about keeping things open, keeping things flowing. It's like having a grid on your fire. If you haven't got air coming in, it will just smolder and burn, and you don't want that to happen in your body. So it's this regulation of bringing in for circulation, air flow, and keeping allowing your temperature to actually fight and burn it off. If you try and stop your temperature, then it's not going to kill it off. This is just your natural way of fighting. Just, we're so conditioned to think that we can't trust our bodies and we must go to medication. And I'm not saying there's no medication, it's needed at times, but just give yourself the opportunity for your body to take its natural course and take things like vitamin C, vitamin D, zinc, all these really good things that you need to help your immune system. There's copper is involved in that as well. And you may find with fever, don't eat, just keep drinking, just keep hydrated. Honey and lemon, it's really good, because the lemon helps, even with a little bit of salt in that water as well, helps you hydrate easily as well, and it will give the kidneys those nutrients that it needs, the electrolytes, to help detox rather than being fatigued. And for me, because I've been getting that tweak of the kidney thing, I've had some D-O's, which I've always taken for like UTIs and things, and it just is a natural bacteria, that sugar that you find in your in cranberries, and the bacteria attaches to that in the bladder, and then you piss it out basically. So I've been taking that just to try and help my sort of bladder, my kidneys, move that through. And also, because of everything going on, what's happening in the collective, when you've got a temperature, it could also be rage, and that collective rage will be coming up. That suppression, especially in the divine feminine, in us women and our bodies, that will be there. I'm not saying that's not in men either, but it's about being able to hold space for that. So in a moment, a couple of years ago, I did this I release the rage meditation, so I'll be doing that just to make sure I'm moving things through rather than hanging into that. So, because it's really important to be able to let that fire go and come back into grace and forgiveness. It's the acceptance of the unacceptable, not to be accepted again, which becomes our alchemy, our emotional intelligence. So it's not about forgiving and letting it happen again. That's really important. But we also have to allow that rage come through. And as we're coming up into spring, this is liver time. So we're moving out of kidney into liver and gallbladder, and this is where anger sits. So it's our massive detox. So don't be surprised if you've got a bit of a fever right now, because we are really being called to collectively shift our shite ultimately, and all our survival patterns, all our attachments to things that aren't true safety. So whether it's relationships, whether it's material stuff, whether it's money, whether it's governance, whether it's the systems, that we've always thought that was our safety, but we've sold ourselves to it. So you can see in the collective the greater picture, like it's magnified, and then you can look back in just in your section of that, basically. Might not seem as extreme, but it may well feel it, that's for sure. So our bodies are having to shift from survival to thriving, but when you're triggered in survival, how do you move out of that? So our nervous systems are really feeling it. So space and time and nurturing and grounding and being in beautiful clear water, whether it's walking along rivers and streams, whether it's in it, whether it's just getting your bare feet on the ground, is going to be really important, because ultimately Earth is our safety. Earth is our true holding, and we've become so detached from her cycles, and our food and everything, even down to what we wear on our feet and the concrete, which is interesting because all the potholes are coming up, so it looks like the real structures are starting to fall apart and crumble. So yeah, we have to find and ground our nervous system to find our own inner safety, and this is what we're going through. So I'm not surprised I'm having a bit of a detox and purge. And I would just say, be with it. Don't try and just rush past it, and really honor your body, look after yourself, and rest. That's so important. So I think that's about all that I can suggest. Oh yeah, another tip is where you can cool yourself down, which is also great for people that have the old hot flashes. Like, you just literally curl your tongue, if you can do that, and you breathe in. And that instantly feels like you're drawing in a straw of cool air into your body. So that feels great. So even if you haven't got a fever, but you're managing those hot flashes, lady, just try that technique if you can obviously roll your tongue. So there we have, beautifuls. Look after yourself. And like I say, I will put this disclaimer in again. Listen to your body. And ultimately, if you're not sure, seek medical assistance. Okay. Lots of love.